First pre-season game in the books as the Mariners kicked off their pre-season program with the usual first pre-season game against Cleethorpes Town. A little bit of backlash from a lot of the supporters. Obviously, with some heavy tackles going in. We'll go into that during this review. The Mariners did come out 1-0 winners. The team was split into two 11s, and the first 11, the first half 11, was Seb Orton, Matty Carson, Harvey Rogers, Cam McJanet, Jaden Sweeney, Geza Torre, Evan Corey, Torre and Corey, love that. Green, Gilzanan, Amaluzor and Gardner was the starting 11 for the first half, and Grimsby really did sort of start well. Obviously coming against former goalkeeper Ollie Battersby, and the first real chance came towards Justin Amaluzor, who did a very, very good shot and very good run, which is what he's strong at, and a good save by Ollie Battersby to stop that chance. Seb Orton obviously didn't have much to do today, but the stuff he did do, didn't have any major saves to make. I know people were sort of saying, about number one. He's not going to be number one this year, so fans haven't got to really be too up in arms about that so far. Amaluzor did have a very good first half. We've got to say that Sweeney was one of the best players in the first half. He really, he really looked confident on the ball. The way he was bringing the ball down and keeping control of it. Tried to do tight passing. Not every pass worked. Some were a bit sloppy in areas, but Sweeney looked a bit of a gem. You could. I was talking to a friend when I was at the game, and he was sort of saying, and I was saying to him that you could see that he's come from a higher level, and you can kind of see that. There obviously was a bit of a issue with Gilzanan, or we thought it was. It wasn't. That was actually that was a pre-planned substitution. Before that, Gilzanan had a good chance on 25 minutes where it was played through by Cam Gardner. Got his shot away, but obviously the Clee keeper was able to save that. And the new lads looked, they looked confident. They looked, obviously a lot, young lads as well. And obviously still trying to get used to each other. But overall, the play was solid. Clee didn't really, from a football front, they didn't really give us too much. Obviously once Gilzanan went off about half an hour in, you could tell again that Justin Amaluzor was causing trouble in that first half. He kept weaving a tricky, little winger, which I think the more you see him, the more that you will notice that he's not afraid to take people on, and he wasn't today either. So obviously a sub was actually made. Henry Brown came on for Gilzanan after, but it was a pre-planned change. it wasn't an injury. But Toure was on, and again, Toure did some good stuff. He forced their keeper into a save just before half time, and it was a strong first half. The tempo was a bit flat, but you kind of get that in the first game of pre-season. It's not about tempo. It's not about. I heard some people say about lack of atmosphere. Well, Clee's never been a big atmosphere anyway. It's sort of like one of those that you just sort of start with. In the end, it's just two local clubs trying to see what each team's got. And we went into the half-time break level, which I don't think we've actually done with Clee Town before. So, they were tough tackling. They're going to want to show, what, they're not going to want to just keel over for Grimsby Town, and they didn't, to be fair. They were tough tackling. They maybe some questioning tackles. A couple of the lads gave it back to them, especially their centre forward. He seemed to be on the deck trying to get decisions more than anyone else, whereas a lot of our lads were trying to do it. But I thought one of the Amaluzor had a good first half, and I think so did Sweeney. I think there was, Cam Gardner at the minute just can't seem to find his feet. I'm sure he's still only a young lad, so we have to give him that chance. And we went in 0-0 at half time, and you're thinking, a decent run out by the boys. The second half, though, no trialists, which was a very, very good thing. The second 11, though, in the second half was Seb Orton was still in goal, Terrell Warren, Doug Tham, Rhys Staunton, George McEachran, Henry Brown, he came out for the second half. Obviously Walker, Dara Burns, Charles Vernham, Jezza Kabia, and Danny Rose. And our tempo was more what you class as the Grimsby tempo in the second half. I think that at the minute is more likely to be our first 11, minus Seb Orton, will probably be our first 11. And you could see that the tempo was better, the quality sort of went up a little bit. Obviously Chaz Vernham seemed to have gone off, I think, through a tough tackle by the Clee player. Couldn't tell which one that was, but obviously he seemed to have been taken off. I was for bits I couldn't see. I was looking through the social media, and I couldn't see any note of that. But he was taken off, and Jamie Walker looks like he's going to be that stalwart in the middle. The clean-up player, the gritty player, the gritty, experienced player that you're looking for. I'd probably class him maybe a bit like maybe not Stacey Caldicott-esque, but that experienced head in the middle, which you look for someone like that, and some way he might be able to just tweak that a little bit of quality in there. And he was doing that through most of the thing, because even though he was getting knocked about by Clee, he kept on going. Henry Brown had a great second half. Really, once he came back out, and he did a great spin on the Clee defender and found it through to Kabia, and Kabia will feel like he should have done better, but he made them save, and Kabia was very, very good. That second half, he had a couple of chances off the line as well. Kabia looks like he's got, something about him. Obviously, to say the goal did come though through Danny Rose. I didn't see exactly who did the assist. I'm not 100% sure who that was, but it was. I think it was Brown. We think it was Brown. Me and my friend were looking. We think it was Brown that made the assist, but it was a great take by the one and only Mr. Danny of Rose, and Danny Rose did what Danny Rose does. A wonderful finish past Battersby. Battersby might be a little bit disappointed because it sort of went under his body, but like I said, Danny Rose doing Danny Rose things, and captain fantastic as he's becoming, and very well taken. Great goal for the captain. Kabia, like I said, later on in the half, had a couple of chances blocked on the line. He definitely looks like he wants to prove a point, and a hungry young forward. It looks like he played the number 9 role, and he was the strongest, I think, in the second half. And it was so good to see. Like I said a couple of times, Clee had a couple. Didn't really have many chances there. One real chance at the post, but in the end, it was a decent game for Seb. He did obviously all that he had to do. McEachran came. I didn't see this shot actually. It was just from where I was in the ground. It could be sometimes quite tricky to have seen. But McEachran, my friend was telling me, did have a shot, and that was cleared off the line as well. So we could have had 3 or 4 probably, but it was a good start for the Mariners. A couple of knocks, which you never look forward to. Hopefully, Chaz isn't too badly injured. We hope, because that lad just cannot catch a break injury-wise, can he? And but it goes down as the first win of pre-season, 1-0. I've seen a few fans say we should probably scrap this friendly because of the type of tackles that were flying in. I get that, but we also don't want no tackles at all. So it's I wouldn't go that far, but hopefully there's no serious injuries. Obviously we have to check out on what's happened to Charles Vernon, and I say it's a big year for Chaz. I hope he hasn't got another bad injury. Otherwise, it probably will be his career over at Grimsby, really, if that is the case. I think any more big injuries for Chaz, you'd have to look at it like that. So we'll see what comes out on that. Obviously, the Mariners are back in pre-season action Tuesday night when we go to Grimsby Borough. That's a 7 o'clock kickoff. That, and it'll be interesting to see what we do for that. But a good workout for the boys. Tough tackling game. Danny Rose doing what Danny Rose does, and it's the football's back, guys. The football is back, guys and gals. It was good to speak to a few of you throughout the game and have a little bit of a chat with a few of you. So it was good to see some of you, and I'll be back with a review of obviously the Grimsby Borough game. that's coming up on Tuesday night. I won't do previews for these. That'll mainly come during the competitive games, but I'll always give you reviews when I'm at the games. I'll give you reviews and whatever else. So like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. The Mariners are back. Hit that bell button so you are alerted to when I upload some new content, and that is pre-season for us fans officially started, I would say. And onwards and upwards. Hopefully the injuries aren't too serious. But yes, I think we're still short of a striker. We're still short, obviously, of a left back, and definitely a number one goalkeeper. But in the next couple of weeks, I'm sure that will be being addressed by David Artell. Maybe a couple of loans as well will be brought in to help just bolster out the squad a little bit more. So I will see you guys for a review of the Grimsby Borough game, or any news that breaks between Monday and Tuesday night. I'll be on it. Plus, I'm going to do a video on Sunday just tying up the news of what's happened at Grimsby over the week. Another female has signed up, well, another two actually have signed up for the new season, and a new assistant manager for the ladies as well. That's coming on Sunday, so look out for that. That'll be like a news recap for the week. But I will see you all for that, including for a review of the Borough game on Tuesday night. If you're there, I will see you there as well. So up the Mariners, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Leave me your thoughts if you're at the Clee game. And do you believe with some of them when some fans are saying we should scrap that friendly? I'm not of that ilk, but if you do think that, please leave your thoughts down below. And all good stuff on what you thought of the game in general. And I will see you in the next one, guys. Yep, we are definitely back. We are definitely back in the football swing. And it's only just over 3 weeks away before we're actually doing the competitive game. So I will see you in the next one, guys. Up the Mariners. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, subscribe, comment, and all that good stuff. And I will see you in the next one. See you soon, guys. Ta-ra.